Okay. There's no music in the background. This was really awkward, and yeah, I was kind of hoping there were gonna be some music playing in the background for this, but there wasn't. So we're just gonna start right away. Hey, Ohio, everybody! Inferno here with more Detective Grimoire, but this time's a Flash game, which came before, and a different style. And I made this picture on MS Paint. If it wasn't obvious. And it's for some reason not fitted correctly, so that's something. Um, we're gonna quickly do this, and then we're gonna like switch it up to Tangle Tower. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to go through the Flash game. I don't imagine it would take that long, but we're just gonna quickly do this so I can have some context from the first game and go from there. Oh no, they're dead. PDPD file 015. 015. Where am I reading? Yo, is that 3D in 2007? Oh. So, file 54. Victim Hugh Everton. Crime. Murder. It's actually homicide, but okay. At 10:28 last night, a body was found at the local fairground that operates just outside of town. The cleaner, one Jerry Spear, discovered the dead body of his former colleague inside the Hall of Mirror. This music is really fucking loud. I'm just gonna lower that. That is really loud. All the evidence points towards murder. The clown, Charles Ringer, who works at the very same fairground, is the main suspect. He seemed to have some less than favorable link to the victim. Now, are we gonna solve a case or raid a camp, right? As this grim case remains unsolved, the fairground manager, Mr. Gary Coles, has stated he will have to permanently shut down operations. Private Detective Grimoire had been called to clear things up. We've got one evening to find the truth about what happened last night. If Grimoire can't solve this mystery, no one can. If he can't do it, great. Kidding. Oh my god, all the characters are just vastly different. They're so anime. They're in the anime style before they get like cartoon. I'm not gonna repeat it myself again, Grimoire. You're listening this time, right? Something pretty nasty happened here last night. I'd say everything in the fairground is a everyone in that fairground is a suspect. And you've only got this one evening to do your thing. We'll get that top hat guy too. My thing? Don't tell me you're getting nervous now. The other guys tell me you're the best at this. You're not gonna let me down, are you? It's your job to talk to the suspects and explore the fairground for clues. You obviously need to take a look at the crime scene. But don't overlook any details, understand? Right. I think I understand. I have a bad feeling about this place. I can't shake it. Everyone is a suspect. It's your job to find out who has a credible alibi and who is lying to you. You should be able to work out who the murderer is by proving everyone else innocent. If you're confused about what to do, don't hesitate to ask me. Alternatively, the tutorial information is available from your notes page, where you can also save your game. What's with the mustache? Neither here nor there. Tell me about it. That thing is here, there, everywhere. What? What? Okay. Profiled. You'll collect profile information about each of the suspects you meet and also the victim. The suspect will begin with a suspect stamp. Once you find out enough information about them, this stamp will change to an innocent stamp. Obviously, one suspect will not be innocent, so that person's stamp will not change. Once you have innocent stamps all over the for all suspect bar 1, go speak to Officer James. Hugh Everton, we don't have any information on him. Great. Clues. Clues are found scattered around the fairground. Examine curious things to see if they are clues. You can present clues to suspects from this menu. Try to show the suspects relevant clues. Access the tutorial information. Go over it if you're unsure what to do. Save game. Save all your progress so you can return later. All information will be saved. Location, click to read. Notes and location will be added as you progress. Okay. There aren't any clues in the parking lot. You have to try a little harder than that. He's like swaying a lot. Is it you gonna say the same thing the whole time? Okay. There's someone there. Wait, what? Hi! I kind of forgot all of their voices and it's only been like a day. What on earth? Where are your parents? This is the scene of a crime. I know. That's why I'm gonna help you out, detective. Why did you say it like that? I'm a real detective. In that case, where's your hat? If I had a nickel. Detectives don't have to wear hats anymore. Plus, it messes up my hair. I believe you. Anyway, hat or not, you're still gonna need this. Map? Of the fairground? Hey, thanks. See you later. I have no idea who that was, but I'm pretty sure she's not the murderer. I sure hope not, anyway. So I got the map. I got the entrance. Balloon. This place is pretty run down, but I can't see any clues yet. Nothing about the balloon? Really? I would think the balloon is like something important. I don't know, it's just red around there. Eh, whatever. There's someone here too. I better get this investigation underway. They totally could have fit underway in that second. Hey, you over there. Who on earth are you? I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to solve the mystery of last night's murder. Right, I see now. The trench coat and everything. Aren't you supposed to wear a hat too? That's beside the point. Hugh Everton was murdered last night, and you, Charles Ringer, you're a suspect. The main suspect, in fact. Oh, because I'm a clown? Who made that wonderful leap of logic? Look, I know Hugh and I never got on, but... phrasing. But I can tell you one thing. I'm not capable of murder or anything close. Look at me. Is this the face of a killer? I'm going to have to get a little more information out of him, I think. Let's see. Charles Ringer, oh, thanks for the location. Occupation clown. Charles is police's main suspect in this case, since he did not get on with the victim, Hugh Everton. I feel like that phrasing kind of weird. The funhouse is falling apart. I think it was the victim's job to look after it. No clues here. If I just go around things, will it just like say if it's evidence or not? I guess. Alright. It's an English thing. It's an English thing. We need to get along. I know, but it just in current slang in specific places, get on is a bit not what I would like to say. Oh, okay, so okay, so last night. If you're not the killer, I hate this music. What were you doing last night? I was here, of course. Oh my god, his eyes. Wait, what the is his eyes just closed? Is that painted? You know, being a clown and all that. I left quite late last night, actually. I had a few holdups in the evening, but I didn't see anything suspicious. What was the last thing you saw before you left? Let's see. On my way out, I walked past the Hall of Mirrors and noticed that the door was slightly open. I closed it and carried on through the fairground. The only strange thing about the whole episode was how quiet the Hall of Mirror door was. Wait, the Hall of Mirror door was. This is clown shit. It normally lets out a loud creak when you move it. I think that's part of the attraction, you know? Why would that be part of the attraction? The Hall of Mirrors, that's the scene of the crime. I wonder why the door didn't creak that evening. And why would it be open? So you work at the clown at this fairground. How long have you been here? A long time. Too long, in fact. I don't really like the way things are going around here. I have no idea why I haven't left for good. I was appalled when the boss hired Hugh Everton to look after the funhouse. Not only was he useless at a job, he was nearly completely deaf with old age. It's just not practical. Still, no one deserves, well, you know. He was deaf with old age, and not very good at a job. That could be important information. Did you get on with the rest of the staff? That's a bit of an exaggeration, I'm afraid. I don't mind Mandy and her uncle, but that Ricky, I'm a top-notch entertainer Warner character. It's just too much. He doesn't even like kids. What a joke. He doesn't take any pride in his work. Looks like Charles finds it hard to get on with Ricky Warner. What? He's the entertainer, I think. Also, who is Charles to talk about pride with the big hole in his costume? Maybe I should ask him about that. If you don't mind me asking, why is there a big hole in your trousers? Surely you'd want to be a little neater than that, even if you were a clown. But to be honest, I'd rather we didn't talk about the unfortunate condition of my frilly clown slacks. Not the first time anyone has ever said that, I bet. Still, there must be more to the story of his ripped clothing. Maybe I can find a clue that will get him to elaborate. Okay. The door jammed. I can't get in this way. What a pain. Whole thing in bad shape, look like it could fall apart. Okay. These toys look really cheap. Maybe I should ask Mandy about them. I can't be certain, but I don't think it's possible to win that ring toss game. I'm not going to try my luck anyhow. I wonder why there are so many books. I'll try asking Mandy about them, I suppose. Excuse me, miss. Do you work here? I'm pretty sure I do. The name's Mandy. Mandy Ferrier. Ferrier? I'm in charge of running this game stall. This entire place looks like shit. You seem a bit young to be working in a place like this, don't you think? You see a bit young. You seem a bit young to be a private detective. Oh, are detectives only allowed to wear a hat when they reach a certain age? I'm older than I look, I'll have you know. Anyway, could you tell me a little about yourself? I'm conducting an investigation to find out about last night's murder. Of course you are. Why else would you show up? Unless you're after some candy floss. Yeah, a lot of fairies kind of look like shit, but this looks pretty bad even on like fair standards. Just the fact that like everything is really gunky bad. They're not even making an attempt to make it look slightly okay. Candy floss. Did you know that's actually bad for you? My power of deduction do stretch that far, thanks. I'm not sure what to tell you. I've worked here for a little while. I got a job through my uncle. The job is helping me pay for college, but it's a lot of fun too. I get to hand out toys to kids. Who doesn't want that? I wonder if her uncle is here at the fairground. Could you tell me about what you were doing last night? How could I forget, really? I was here late, like I normally am, just kicking about. Eventually I hear shouts coming from the Hall of Merit, and then Jerry, oh, that's the cleaner. He comes running over to me and starts telling me what happened. He comes running over to me and starts telling me what's happened. What has happened? Okay. I helped him call the police. After they showed up, we were allowed to go home. After they... What? So... You were one of the last people here last night. That's redundant. It seemed that way. But I was here at my stall the whole time. I had things to do, you know. I wonder why Mandy stays late every night. I think I should have a look around before I press her about that. Do you get on with the other staff here at the fairground? Oh yeah, the guys often argue among themselves, but I stay out of it. Charles the clown is a pretty hard guy to get on with, but he got a good heart. Alright, Justin. I can't say I had a particular dislike for anyone, except, well, Jerry did get on my nerves, but he's sweet, I guess. I get on well with Hugh, although no one could deny you were pretty useless at a job. The funhouse was always in a terrible state. Sometimes I tried to help Hugh with repairs or ideas for improvement, but he'd never get anything done. I figured the boss would replace him, but now look what's happened. It sounds like Mandy has an interest in the funhouse. I don't want to sound rude, but these toys look pretty cheap. I've never seen those characters anywhere before. What? You've never heard of Turquoise Bunny and his friend, Ruby Rabbit? What about everyone's favorite, the King of Scareflex. Oh, Jimmy the Striped Horse? He's quite a new one, actually. What? Mandy Farrier. Occupation game stall clerk. Mandy was one of the last people left at the fairground last night. She helped Jerry Spear, the cleaner, call the police. Mandy expresses an interest in running the funhouse. Old toys. Mandy Game Stall. Mandy Game Stall gives away the toys at prizes. They look very cheaply made. Mandy, let's see. Mandy's large collection of books. What are they for? Oh, they're just for when I get bored, you know? It can get pretty quiet around here. There are an awful lot of them. Are you sure? Are you sure they're just for light reading? Yeah, I mean, why else would I need them? I'm not sure about this, but I can't help thinking those books have something to do with what Mandy was doing last night. Come on, I should get the truth to leave it. What the fuck? Eye contact interrogation. When a character is hiding something, you must perform an eye contact interrogation, or ECI, to get the truth out of them. You control Grimoire's eyes movement with your mouth. Hold your cursor to the left of his face to look away from the suspect. As soon as they begin lying, you should be able to tell there will be a flash. There will be a white flash. Move your cursor to the right and look them in the eye. If you get it right, they will break down and tell the truth. Now move your cursor over to the back button and click to start the eye contact interrogation. Can a girl have a hobby? I don't see what That was weird. Okay, you win. I'll tell you what I'm up to, since you seem so eager to know. I'm studying for my exams, and these are all my revision books. Yeah, okay, I don't know why you have to hide high time cram time. I mean, finals is almost around. It's just literally next week for me, so no need to hide high time cram. I need to bring them to the fairground because it's the only chance I get to go over them. Is that why you stayed late last night? That's right. I stay late most nights and use the time alone to get some work done. My exams are in 2 weeks and I'm totally unprepared. That makes sense. Why did you keep it from me, though? I'm not sure. I suppose I would worry you think I would weird bringing my revision book to work like this? Don't worry. I don't think you're weird. Now, I'm the one who had been caught lying. Either way, I'm pretty sure this clears up Mandy's alibi. I think I can believe her about this. The books around her desk are in fact revision books for her exams. Okay. What if I just present old toys? She's just gonna fucking say the same thing? Okay. I guess that's it. So let's move left. What if I just shut up? Is that gonna help me out? It doesn't look promising. Okay. Let's move right then. Oh boy. Hi! It's you again. You need to find your parents and go home, I'm afraid. I can't go just yet. You still need my help. I'm quite capable of carrying out this investigation without you, thanks. Although this map is really useful. Really? Have you managed to get into the funhouse yet? There's a small opening to the left of the main door. You can go through there. It'll lead into a small office where he used to work. Thanks, I guess. How's she gone? What a weird kid. I guess I'll try getting through that opening after I've checked out the scene of the crime. This place is a mess. There's no one here minding the stall. What's this green marker pen doing here? I can't help but feel it. I can't help feeling it's out of place. You can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors through this grubby little window. Okay. Now, do you know anything about this pen? That pen was lying there when I got here this morning. It's not normally there. Is it important? I don't know, Dan. You tell me. I gotta say, movement is kinda weird. Let's just also look at, Whoa, God. Clown's red nose? I wonder what it's doing on the ground. This place has officially given me the creeps. Okay, time to talk to Ricky. Pretty interesting. Pretty standard for a Flash game, but yeah. Oh boy. Hey there, kiddo! What's your name? It's Grimoire. Detective Grimoire. And I'm no kid, thank you very much. It sounds like somebody needs some candy floss. Did you lose your hat? Aww. I do not need any candy floss, and I did not lose my hat. Now, if you don't mind, I need to ask you about last night's murder. Hey! Man, no need to shout. That, I did not expect. Can that guy really be a kid's entertainer? Yeah, so, I'm the entertainer here. I entertain kids and stuff. That's great. Ricky Warner, was it? That's it. What do you want then? Well, I'm not very entertained, that's for sure. I like that the fucking note. It's just a fucking note that I just saw. Anyway. Oh yeah, the let me stare at people's face thing was kind of wonky weird. Anyway. Right then, I need to know everything you saw last night, in as much detail as you can manage, please. Yeah, I was here all evening. Nothing happened. You have to remember something. Think. I hope he does, or I'll be a little stuck. Well, I guess there was one thing. Excellent. Please, go on. I went home pretty late. On my way past here, I saw Hugh. Outside the Hall of Mirrors? Hugh? Yeah, it was heading inside, actually. Mumbling something about leaving the lights on. The light? Was it on last night? What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, I don't know why, though. Maybe that's why Hugh was going in, to switch it off. Did you notice anything else? I didn't notice anything. Not even, well... See that oil by the door to the Hall of Mirrors? That wasn't there when he went in last night. I see. Well, that's very helpful. Thanks, Ricky. Wait, there's one more thing. As I was walking away, I heard a loud squeaking noise. I guess it was probably the Hall of Mirror, too. Mirror door. Wow, you turned out to be useful after all. What? I mean, thanks again. So, Hugh went into the Hall of Mirrors to turn off the light. That oil wasn't on the ground when he went in. And the door let out a screech when he opened it. What does it all mean? So let's see, saw Hugh going into the Hall of Mirrors on the night of the murder. Remember that the door emitted a loud creak upon being opened. some oil had been spilled right by the door to the Hall of Mirrors. Wait, did I ask him everything? Okay. Can you tell me anything else about the fairground? I can't really think of anything. We're all one big happy family. Yup, that's right. That's so. Yeah, well, a few people thought Hugh would have went to space, but it would kind of like the funhouse is a tip. It's not really safe. I remember Farrier always said she could do a better job of running it. Other stuff. So you're sure you get on with everyone here at the fairground? Yeah, I just kind of keep to myself usually. I'm not thoroughly convinced. Nope, nothing. You might want to show that to Ringer. Clown? That oil. It definitely wasn't there last night. Not when I saw Hugh, anyway. Okay. I'm just gonna do some backtracking. I haven't got a clue. That's kind of funny what I said, don't you think? Am I allowed to say no? Really? I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. What? I'm not so sure about that. This red node was found outside the scene of the crime. There's only one guy around here with a red nose, and that's not Rudolph, if you catch my drift. Okay, so the red nose. But I have no idea how it got there, honestly. I'm almost certain Charles is holding something back, but why? Get the truth. Could you tell me why I was lying in the ground instead of your face? I'm getting on my nerves, you know, shoving stuff in my face. Bitch. Oh, alright. I'll tell you why I was lying on the ground, if you must really know. I don't really know what voice I'm supposed to be giving this fucking clown. Success. It didn't fall off my face. In fact, it was pulled off yesterday by the kid that came to the fairground. Intimidation! They were making fun of me, and I would just trying to keep my cool. Are you happy now? That's not the sort of thing you'd happily make up, but I think I can believe Charles on this one. The children often pull off Charles' red noses. He's ashamed of this. Doesn't look promising. Okay, I think that's it. Scene of the crime. Broken mirror. The mirror had been broken down one side. The door into the hall is not visible in the now shattered reflection. This is the scene of the crime, alright? There's some black marks on the ground. Looks like someone tried to wipe something away. There's some shards of glass on the floor. They don't seem to be very many. There's a large blood stain on the floor. Understandable, really. Okay, so I should return here, blah blah blah. This is where I met the little girl. She gave me a map to the fairground. This is where I met Mandy. Had a large collection of books. I guess it's just telling me where like all the clues are. wondering. See, the mirror was smacked down one side, and it's a pretty big crack. Where's the rest of it? Those marks, they're not normally there. Nope. Okay. I did not click on you. There aren't very many clues back here. The timeless classic. Alright, hi Pete. Oh, why hello there, young man. Can I help you with something? As a matter of fact, you can. I assume you know all about the murder last night? I'm afraid to say I do. Such a terrible loss. One can barely comprehend it. Well, what are you going to have to try? You're the mechanic, right? Pete Nubhad, at your service. I believe you've met my niece, Mandy. Your niece? Oh, yes I have. Glad to hear it. I hope she would polite to you. So this is Mandy's uncle, the mechanic. I wonder what I can learn from him. Mandy's uncle is Pete Nubhat, the mechanic. It looks like that's all for her. It's gonna be quite the whiplash when we jump into tank. Yeah, no, it's gonna be so fucking weird. So if you don't mind me asking, where were you last night? Well, let's think about that. For most of the evening, I was fixing the back of the funhouse as always. Haha. But I remember leaving relatively early. Thinking upon it now, I'm quite glad that I did. Did you see or hear anything suspicious last night? Anything at all? Well, I did catch a glimpse of young Ricky and Charles arguing. Right over there by the Hall of Mirrors. The entertainer and clown. Ricky and Charles were arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night? What about? I'm not normally one for eavesdropping, of course, but I think it was something to do with being popular with the children. And something about a red nose. I can't remember much else. Maybe you could ask them? I should definitely go back and ask Ricky and Charles about that. It might be important. Sorry. Have you worked here long? Oh yes, a very long time. I've seen many staff members come and go, but Gary normally knows how to run things. Gary? Who's that? Gary Coles, our boss. You'll probably find him in his office. Yes, he's usually capable of making the right decisions. But not always. Is anyone? Does he want me to answer? Oh good, he looked away. I'm no good at rhetorical questions. How well do you get on with the rest of the staff? My fucking throat's dry. Hold on. As well as could be expected. Apart from, I've been known to argue with Charles on a couple of occasions. But most of the people here are guilty of that. He's so difficult sometimes. It sounds like Pete doesn't have much love for Charles, the clown. I just love this. Doesn't get on with Charles Ringer. That's it. So you like the way things are run around here? Most of the time, yes. I think I could say that. I'm not the only one to think that the funhouse has seen better days. You'd never really enjoyed his job, I don't think. You've let the funhouse fall into a state of disarray? Yes, I'm afraid so. My niece Mandy often complains of it to me. I tell her not to cause trouble, but I know she could do a better job any day. So Pete does know his niece's desire to run the funhouse. I don't understand what the fuck is happening. And this music is gonna get on my nerves. This song kinda sucks. Okay. No, I'm afraid I don't recognize it. Yes, Mandy needs her books. You should ask her about them if you want to know about it. I've not seen that before. You may as well throw it away. The ink had nearly run out. You've never seen it before, yet you know that the ink is running out? Excuse me? You're telling me this red note was found outside the scene of the crime? Gosh. That is really bad news for Charles. I assume he has his reason. Maybe you should show it to him? That oil must have dripped off the roof. I'm pretty sure it'd been there for quite a while. That's fucking bullshit. Honestly, some people just don't know how to clean their shoes. How to keep their shoes clean. I bet it was that idiot, Charles Ringer. Whoa, you seem to fucking hate him. This whole affair, it really is a terrible shame. This guy seems to, like, know a few things that he probably shouldn't know, and he's saying a lot of contradictory things from other people. Look at all that glass. Someone could sweep it up before it does it. Someone should sweep it up before it does any damage. You know, there's not all that much glass, considering the size of the crack in the mirror. What? Sorry, I must have gone into a daze for a moment. This man's sus! Just like constantly having to fix the funhouse, he thinks his niece Mandy, Mandy could do a better job running it. Charles and Ricky were seen out arguing before them. Okay. Ooh. Whoa. I make the garbage disappear. Oh, hello? I found a pair of blue wire cutters in the bin. They appear to have some sort of chili dish on special. Oh shit, no, wait. Not yet. This place is a food court. I'm not sure I'd want to eat here myself. This place looks fucking horrible. Are you Jerry Spears? The police tell me you were the one to discover the murder last night. You got it. That was pretty scary stuff, I tell you. I can imagine. You're the cleaner here at the fairground, am I correct? Chili dogs? Whoa, no way! Can I get a chili dog? Sorry. I prefer the term refuge engineer, actually. Oh, sure. I'm sorry. You look quite young to be working here. Too young to be working at a fun fair? Well, those guys here are too old, that's what I say. Yeah, I am the youngest person here, but being young has its perks, you know? Cleaner or not, I have a feeling this guy is gonna have some important information on him. Obviously, I need you to tell me, I need you to recount the event of last night. You're an important witness. Don't worry, man. I've been going over this in my head since last night. I haven't forgotten a single detail. I'll bet. I stayed pretty late. I was cleaning up around here all evening. Eventually, I went around to the whole fairground to give it a final clean. That's when I went into the Hall of Mirrors and found you. You weren't the last person here, though, right? That's right. Mandy was still here, working away. So I ran to find her. We called the police, and as soon as they arrived, after we gave our statements, we were allowed to leave. And that's it? Yeah. Why, did I forget something? So you normally stay around the food court. I need a fucking... This is a lot of fucking reading. I've done a lot of speaking today, honestly. So many things happen on Wednesday. Naturally, this is the area that needs the most cleaning. Did you notice anything else yesterday? Seems like you have a pretty good view from here. A good view? You bet! I did notice a couple of things. I got here really early. You see, before the boss. Install text-to-speech. I saw Pete coming from the direction of the office in the morning. He put something in that bin there. And then went into the toilet cubicle. Is that right? I bet he probably scribbled some stupid message on the wall in there. People are always using it as a message board. Honestly, it's extra work for me, you know? It sounds like I need to check out that bin and the toilet cubicle. The fun fair is so run down. How has it not been shut down by health inspectors? I get that a lot. Why have they even employed a cleaner, you're thinking? Apparently the abandoned look is it's very popular with the kids these days. That sounds stupid. We create everything to look old and rusted and dirty, but in fact it's all incredibly clean. The table behind me is only a couple of days old. Hold on. How do you tell when things are when things really do get dirty? Well, you see, I guess I have no idea. It makes my job easier, don't you think? More time to take in the sights. The sights? What do you mean by the sights? Oh, well, trees and birds and whatnot. Stuff like that, right? I haven't noticed a single tree nor that should be nor. Or bird since I've been here. I think Jerry is hiding something. I love this part. Get the truth! Why would I ever leave it? What is it you love to stare at? Or should I should get on my own word. I'm only a kid, that's what I do. I think there's something more specific than that. Like what? Bitch! it's just the intenso stare zoom in with it, like, it's not even like really much of like a glare, more it's just like a picture of him looking to the right, like Mandy Farrier. Feel the power of my finger. What? Why her? What's so special about? Okay, I can't. I give in. I can't help myself. She's so perfect. Can you blame me? You stay in the food court so you can stare at Mandy all day. Don't you think that's a little creepy? I'll bet I'm the least creepy person you've spoken to here at the fairground. Don't judge me so harshly. Don't worry, kid. I won't say anything. Still, maybe you should get a hobby or something. Don't worry, kid. I feel so old. Anyway, Jerry, creepy as he is, wasn't lying about that. I guess he's only young. I wonder what Mandy thinks of him. I guess that's it. So, okay, he's just innocent. If we just instantly think he's innocent because he's a fucking weirdo. Jerry likes to stare across the fairground because he has a clear view of Mandy. Jerry was one of the last people left at the fairground last night. He was cleaning the food court all evening. Jerry discovered Hugh's body while going through the fairground for a final clean. Jerry is the youngest member of the staff at the fairground, only 17. Pete is seen putting something in that bin and going into the toilet cubicle the evening of the murder. And okay, let's go into the toilet and go see. Yay, I'm in a toilet cubicle. My glamorous, high-profile detective life is going smoothly. There's an argument written on the wall, about clowns. It seemed to have been written by two different people. There's a drawing depicting Hugh getting hit by lightning. It's been drawn in a green pen. Wow, that is just unsubtle. Oh shit, wait. No, that can't be it, right? Really? Just the writing out? Okay. This office is a real mess. I wonder why. I could ask Mr. Coles about that. The wire providing power to the water cooler had been cut. There was no green pen in the set of pens. The pot looked like it had been knocked over. The calendar on the wall says get home early on last night's entry. Maybe I should ask Mr. Coles about this. There's the wardrobe here which holds the costume for use in the fairground. I just realized I don't think I presented shit to him. Can't help you with that. Mandy always brings those books into work. As soon as things quiet down around here, she gets them out and begins reading through them furiously. That oil was there when I discovered Hughes last night, but I hadn't noticed it before then. I probably would have cleaned it up if I had. I noticed that oil smear when I went in and discovered Hughes last night. Oil smear? Yep, it looks like someone hastily tried to clean up an oil spillage. It hasn't really worked. Looked like someone tried to wipe it away, but that's the mirror, alright. I know it's only broken down one side. What's that about? You tell me. Did you find that thing in the bin? If I'm not mistaken, that's the exact thing that Pete put in there yesterday morning. He came from the office. Maybe he borrowed them off the boss? It's not really looking good for Pete. Okay. Let's go talk to this man. How did you get in here? This is a staff-only area. I just sort of knocked, and you opened the door for me. Do you not remember? Yes, I remember now. You're the local inspector, come to sort out this mess, right? I prefer detective, actually, and yes, that's right. Well, my mistake. I was led to believe detectives wore hats. That's all. I don't like this guy already. I'm Gary Cold. I run this fairground. Probably not for much longer with the way things are going. Murder in my very own grounds. I can imagine it must be a difficult time, but that's where I come in, you see. I'm wondering how helpful this guy really is gonna be. Still, it's my job to try. Also, we got like a costume or something? No, it was just the fact that it was in there. Calendar on the wall says get home early last night. Pens. Anyway. Would you mind explaining to me what you were doing yesterday evening? Yesterday? Well, yes. The murder. I had quite forgotten. I remember myself being annoyed yesterday. Quite dehydrated, yes. I remember coming in shortly before lunch and putting the various costumes into the wardrobe like usual. So Coles brings in the costumes himself, and he arrived shortly before lunch. Anyway, it was quite hot out, you see. My outfit gets awfully stuffy in the sun, and I couldn't find any way to cool down. That's, well, I suppose... well, all important, I suppose. When did you leave in the evening? I always stay later than everyone else and go over the fairground for one final check before I leave. Well, I normally do. I think I did last night. I don't see why I wouldn't. There was nothing special going on. Sounds like Cold is unsure about when he left last night. Maybe there's a clue in here that can help me get the truth out of him. Have you been the manager of the fairground long? As long as I can remember, to be honest. So, about 5 minutes then. Ha! I take great pride in ensuring a safe environment for all my staff and all my public. Some of the staff have been urging me to get rid of Hugh for a while. Did you know he would nearly completely deaf.
Ah.
I didn't, actually. We were trying to get rid of Hugh then. Well, neither Charles nor Pete particularly loved him. He got more problems than he solved, that's for sure.
Ah.
It doesn't sound like Hugh was very popular around here. But who was it that finally decided to get rid of him? You know, your office is a bit of a mess. Doesn't particularly surprise me, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yes, well, I can assure you I keep this office perfectly tidy under normal circumstances. I haven't really had time to clean up recently. So this mess is your fault? Well, who else would it be? There is one odd thing. My favorite green pen had gone missing from the pot on the desk. Probably got lost in the mess somewhere, but I noticed it disappeared from my room quite suddenly yesterday. I'm fucking dying. After I came back from lunch, I think. So, someone was here during the time Cold went to lunch. You told me you couldn't find a way to cool down yet today. What about the water cooler over there? You're quite right, of course. The water cooler you refer was in fact broken when I came to work yesterday. Not knowing much about these things myself, I called in Pete, our mechanic, to fix it. I think that was around lunchtime. I left him to get on with it as I went to lunch. You left him in here alone. Did he fix it? Come to think of it, he didn't! I really should press him on that. I didn't see him again that day, actually. Pete was in here alone when Cole went to lunch. Dude, it's not looking good for Pete. He's not looking... Hey, that's my pen. It went missing last night. It should be with the others on the desk. Hold on, it's nearly run out. Someone had been using it. It's one of Ringer's noses. I keep loads of them spare in the cupboard. He's always losing them. I have no idea why. Don't remind me of that. What am I supposed to do? You're telling me it's not broken, but it's been sabotaged? This is an outrage. Water coolers just aren't safe anymore. I'm glad I'm not a water cooler. What the fuck, dude? Are you like... What? Yeah, that's the pot with the missing pen. I need all primary and secondary color, damn it. What? It's like I said, I normally stay late and give the fairground a final check before I go home. But this calendar is clearly reminding you to go home early last night. Did you or did you not leave early last night? Well, you know, a bit of both. Cole is definitely hiding something from me. Time to get the truth. Told me normally you give fairground the final check before you go home. I think something would lure you away from the fairground early last night. Would you mind telling me? I don't know. I haven't been very good at timekeeping, as far as I can remember. What? We are interviewing Charlie Sheen. I mean, nothing, except maybe, well, spill it. Okay, I admit, I rushed home early last night to watch the Star Explorer all-night marathon on Channel 18. I'm sorry. You... What? It was wrong, I know. I just couldn't let a viewing opportunity like this pass me by. My fellow explorers would laugh at me. Well, I suppose you've, learned your lesson? You what, mate? You what, mate? The guy's a little weird, but he's not lying about this. Not for a second. He's probably on the innocent. Yep. Let's see, his job was to look at, after the funhouse in the center of the fairground. He wasn't very good at it. He didn't get along with Charles. And he was nearly completely deaf with old age. Let's see. Yesterday evening, Coles called Pete to the office to fix the water cooler, which had been broken since that morning, and then goes to lunch. Normally he stays latest and checks over everything before going home. Went home early last night to watch the Star Explorer all-night marathon. Coles had misplaced a green pen from the bottom of his desk. Okay. Let's back out of here and like move on. I'll talk to Pete, my main suspect, later. I do want to go back to the. I want to go back to the beginning, and talk with Pete Numhat told me that he saw you and Ricky arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. This sounds like a serious matter. Would you mind telling me what it's all about? You know, I just kind of realized my void for Grimoire is like what I'm trying to remember from like wait, was his name Edwin? Fuck. I don't actually remember the voice actor's name, but like basically it's like what I can remember from Agent Giga. And how he sounds in Detective Grimoire. A Secret of the Swamp. But right now my brain is kind of just like not really remembering it, but like the voice that I'm giving him, or at least how it sounds in like when it comes out to me, it kind of sounds like my Layden voice, but a bit more energetic. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly, but anyway. Ricky and I are always arguing. It's no big deal, really. Just an argumentative type. You're better off grilling him about this. Maybe I should ask Ricky about this. You're just not gonna tell me. Oh, you should put him innocent. Okay. I guess, yeah. I just want to show him random shit. Yeah, I'll admit to that one. Ricky and I were always arguing about petty stuff like that. It's childish, I know, but this is a fun fair, right? Someone drew that on the bathroom wall? That's a pretty stupid move if you ask me. What a nasty shade of green, too. I'm sorry, this man's like laughing. I can't believe such a thing could happen in the fairground. I mean, it's not exactly perfect, but a murder? Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. This is fucking such a dumb line. I spoke with your uncle, Pete Numhat. Could you have told me, you could have told me that the mechanic was your uncle. Did I not mention that? I don't really think anything of it, I guess. Uncle Pete's a good guy. He works hard. Sometimes a little too hard, I think. Oh ho. Oh, now we just made her innocent. Okay. Her laugh track though is like kind of weird. Charles and Ricky are always arguing. They're both pretty nice guys, really. Nothing ever comes of it. I guess they really do argue all the time. I suppose it's not important after all. That belonged to Uncle Peter. I know because I bought him the complete set for his birthday last year. Why were Pete's wire cutters in the bin? And what was he using them for? Like her laugh sound effect is just so weird. Oh yeah, I asked her about that. Didn't ask you about this. Okay, we're done with you. Pete told me he saw you and Charles arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Can you explain yourself? I don't see what... I don't really argue much. Like he's holding back. Should I push it? Yeah? He's arguing as a scene of murder. You're not... That's not an answer. I don't see what... You're lying. I'm certain you don't get on with Charles at all. Hey man, no need to shout. Like I said, tell me the truth then. Right, well, I don't get on with Charles. We do argue. It's always the same. The kids make fun of him and so on. He gets annoyed, tried to take it out on me. Nothing ever comes of it. Nothing. And I suppose that cleared that up. I'm beginning to think this argument was a red herring. Someone tried to distract me. Oh, I wonder. You know, the only person who has like the suspects, you know. Do I even need to talk to this man? You know what? It might kill me. I don't know if it'll kill me. I wouldn't be surprised because some Flash game kind of just do that. So, bitch, you wanna talk about your wiper? I don't think I've ever seen them. They're a little dirty. Where did you find them? In the bin, actually, by the food court. Well, I suppose that explains why they're dirty. It doesn't take a genius to see that Pete is avoiding the obvious here. Hey, bitch, the wire cutters. I'm convinced that they're from your tool belt. What do you think? Well, they could have fallen off of any tool belt, bitch. They are exactly the same as the tools on your belt. There's even one empty space. Oh, well, I suppose you're right. They must have fallen off my belt when I was having lunch, and someone found them and put them in the bin. I'm not convinced at all. Still, it seems like that's all I'm gonna say on this subject. Graffiti. Put there by an untidy youth, no doubt. Honestly, Ricky and Charles are so immature sometimes. Nicole should really take greater care over his belongings. You fucking... Why am I missing some things? Now something strange because despite probably knowing who the killer is, we still don't have anything about like why the glass is broken like this, or anything of the sort. Did we even talk about like why he had the rip? Oh yeah, I was never able to... Oh yeah, that's right, here we go. It was a tight squeeze, but I got through. I hope there's something worthwhile in here. This place is just as rundown as everything else. Mirror. With her bandana. Whoa, this has to be the murder weapon. And what's this? A brightly colored rag? Tied around the glass shard. 2 clues at once. That's pretty cool. It's possible to see the hall of mirrored windows through the window here. I can see that the light is on. Maybe, but using a giant mirror as a weapon in the first place is kind of fucking stupid. A victim to-do list has been added to with a green pen. What? In different handwriting, next to the third point, Funhouse, the green note says, "Yeah, right." Impromptu weapon. Probably. I mean, most crimes are crime of passion. Well, let's go ask about... That's the murder weapon? It looks pretty sharp. Could you even hold that without hurting yourself? It's a piece of cloth ripped from your clown costume, that's what. Why do you have that? It was found wrapped around the murder weapon, I'm afraid. Looks like your luck had just run out. Wait, I can explain. I get my costume from the wardrobe in the boss's office. He brings in the costume when he comes into work and places them in the wardrobe. I arrived at the fairground just after lunch. I went to get my costume and found that it had a hole in it. Besides, look at this rag. It's really not like me to damage my own clothing. It's covered in some black stuff. I suppose it would be pretty stupid to wrap the murder weapon in your own clothes. Why don't you go and talk to the boss, Mr. Cold? He's normally in his office, just over in the corner of the fairground. Okay, that's all I need to do for that. There's no point in me doing this, but I might as well just get all the dialogue out of the way. Is that the murder weapon? Ouch! I hope this place doesn't become a haunting ground for now that there'd been a murder. Poor Huey. Did you call the victim Huey? I might be imagining things. The green writing isn't Hugh's handwriting. It looks familiar though. I wonder why Mandy has seen that handwriting before. Where she has seen it. That green writing? That's not Hugh's writing. Why is it there then? Is that the murder weapon? It's come from the smashed mirror, right? That's not mine, no way. It belongs to Ringer. Yeah. Fuck. I hate that his hitbox is a bit close to that. Hey buddy, you want to talk about this? That had nothing to do with me, young man. I don't even know what it is. He looked away from me when he said that. Well, that's the murder. That's the weapon, alright. It looked very difficult to hold. What if the person was wearing gloves? I suppose they'd be able to hold it. Good old you, trying to be organized. I don't think he's ever completed any of his lists, you know. Why does he even have them? Sorry, I can't help you with that, blah blah blah. I guess that's what happened to the rest of the smashed mirror. That's part of Charles' costume, and it's covered in oil. That's really odd. Charles is one of the cleanest people I know. Maybe we should go show it to him? And Mr. Cool. He was always writing to-do lists and then never doing them. What's that side note? It looked like it would written my favorite green pen. We found the murder weapon. Yikes. Does it help us out though? Would it be funny if I went to fucking James without finding like the murder weapon? That rag looks like it comes from Charles' costume. It's got a nasty black smear on it. That's not like Charles at all. Okay, let's just go already. Hey, it looks like you got your suspect. Are you ready to give in your final conclusion? Let's do it. What was the murder weapon? Oh, so that would be so fucking funny if I like didn't find the murder weapon. I just sit there. I'm like, oh, oops. I seem to have forgotten the most crucial piece of evidence in a murder scene. The first thing Pete did was cut the wire of Cole's water cooler. He left his wire cutters in the bin outside. His first mistake. But why did Pete cut the wire from the water cooler? Let's see. So he'd be called to cut it, to fix it. Cole then arrived, bringing with him the costume for the day. He notices that the water cooler is broken and calls in Pete to fix it during lunch. Pete goes in the office, takes the green pen from the desk, and rips a section of Charles' costume. He eventually uses the pen to draw a picture. Pete drew a picture with the stolen green marker? Where? In the cubicle. By this time, Charles had arrived. He goes into the office and takes his ripped clown costume from the cover. This is very Danganronpa. Later, Pete visits the Hall of Mirror to smash the mirror. He takes the largest shard that falls and wraps it in Charles' rag. Why did he wrap the glass shard in a torn rag? To frame Charles' ringer. Before leaving, he leaves on the main light. He then hides the empty game stall. In the empty game stall where he accidentally leaves behind a green marker. You see the Hall of Mirror light through the window in his office. As he goes in to turn off the light, the door lets out a loud squeak. How did the oil end up outside of the Hall of Mirrors? Yeah. Pete followed, but as not to attract any unwanted attention, he hastily oiled the door to silence it before entering, causing a spillage by the door. Hughes had been distracted by the broken mirror, but cannot see him, for the mirror had cracked down the side that would normally reflect the door. Where did the black smear from the hall floor come from? Oh shit. Well, that's wrong. That can't be right. Did you miss something? I have to do all of that again if I get something wrong. That's kind of stupid. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is kind of... That's kind of stupid. Damn it, Flash Games! My head hurts a little bit because I haven't eaten anything. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Pete stabs Hugh in the back with a glass shard. On his way out, he notices that he has spilled more oil on the floor. He hastily wipes it off with Charles' rag. Before making his exit, Pete hides the murder weapon, along with the oily rag, behind a frame in Hugh's very own office. Alright, Grimoire. What would Pete's motive for the murder? Oh my god, look at his tongue, it was freaking out. His tongue freaked out like fucking crazy. The chibis. Wait, that was Eager Raptor did like 90% of like these sound effects. Honestly, the chibi version of the costume makes it look very nice compared to what it actually looks like. Well, that happened. That took a lot longer than I imagined it probably should have taken, so... Yeah, that happened. So, we're not ending the stream just yet because I still feel like playing video games and I kind of don't really remember if I actually have class tomorrow. So, we're not done, so instead we're actually going to continue, but after a short break, we're going to jump into Tangle Tower. I keep saying tangled instead of tangle. Just, I keep adding a D, for some reason. So yeah, we'll have that up, but after a quicko break because I need more drink. I drank literally everything throughout this entire game. Thankfully, they're voice acting, so I don't have to do much of the fucking reading. And, like, actually just kill my throat.